can't eat a turtle.
He's certainly trying.
Ow, that's my thumb. Hey.
That's why the turtle has a shell for things like... They've gotten so big. So we moved them up to the coop. Only 3 weeks old though, so I mean, they're really not that big, but they're a lot bigger than they were. Moved them up here to the coop. Gave them a little perch in here. Put them inside this dog fence and put some hardware cloth around it. So that they could be seen and see the hens. And, it's working out so far. It's kind of inconvenient because it kind of blocks some of the nest boxes, but I can still reach back there and get eggs when they lay, so... I'm talking, madam. Thank you. So anyway, yeah, I just changed their water. They're gonna make it a mess in 5 seconds, as they do. And, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm curious to see how many roosters we end up with. This is the best addition to the homestead that I could have made. This hammock it is so peaceful. I mean, just look. This beautiful tree that I'm looking at. Yesterday there were big, huge, fluffy clouds, and today the sky is just blue, and it is so nice and peaceful and delightful, and I love it. Alright, it might start raining, so this might get cut short, but I've been working my ass off today in the garden, trying to get everything planted, because I have been so busy. So this is a mess. This is a hot mess, okay? So ignore the weeds. I have to come out here and weed a lot in this bed. But here's where my onions are, and then I haven't planted anything down there. That's all weeds. It's terrible. Here I'm going to put in 2 more arch trellises. But I wanted to get all my plants planted, so that didn't happen. I might try to do that tomorrow. And then I'm going to put cucumbers and tromboncino squash on these 2 arches. But I planted some habaneras down there, and then I threw in a couple things, like there's a marigold, and there's a, what is that called? Basil plant down there. And then over here I put a chamomile, basil, zinnia, and calendula. And then I sowed okra here, and the only ones that have come up are these, and I sowed 4 different spots, so I might need to re-sow. I don't know, we'll see. I'll give it a little bit more time. And then here I planted most of my hot peppers. So this is a pepper bed that has like a basil, and I think I put like a nasturtium and a marigold down there. This bed is not fully sown. I don't know what else I'm going to put in it, but I put in a basil. I believe that's a balsam flower. More, what is the word I'm looking for? Calendula. And then I put this oregano that I bought that was looking terrible, but it's like a variegated version. And then, more nasturtium, which also don't look great. I got my tomatoes all in. There's volunteer zinnia there that I'm kind of just leaving. Zinnias. More of the same, essentially. Just like random stuff that I threw in. And then this bed, I kind of just designated it as like herbs on this side mostly. So I have this variegated sage. I have some alyssum. I don't remember which flower that is. I think that's the balsam, and then that one is the 4 o'clock. And then, you know, more of that. That's a volunteer zinnia. Then I tried to put this thyme that I had in. We will see if it takes off. I tried to plant thyme last year. It did not work out. I think I need a bigger, healthier plant. If that doesn't work, I have this variegated thyme that I bought, and so I put that in. Then I have pineapple sage that I bought, which desperately needed to be transplanted. Obviously, I have 2 things of tomatoes. This is the 3rd. We've got eggplants on the opposite side there with a zinnia. Some more zinnias on that side. More of the same, just random plugins of stuff. And then I have squash, which I'm going to have to thin here that I sowed. some more alyssum. This is my oregano that I planted last year. It's lovely. And then on there I have, those are all Kajari melons, which also need to be thinned, but I'm just kind of waiting because sometimes my chickens like to ruin things. We'll also have some news about the chickens, but I'll talk about that later. It's not great. More squash here. I put chamomile, oh yeah, down here. And I have no idea, I've never done chives before, but I put chives right there, and we will see what happens with that. I don't know. And then I have another zinnia here, and then this is my loofah gourd, another zinnia in the corner, nasturtium in the corner of this one. I found another loofah gourd plant because the one I planted here died, so I put that in. And then I put, most of my sweet peppers are in this bed on the other side of the trellis. More zinnias, and then these are Chanterelle melons and Minnesota midget cantaloupes, so I have those planted here. But I need to decide what I'm going to plant up in that middle bed still. But yeah, I've been out here for hours. It's so humid. I'm sweating to death. It's looking like it's getting ready to storm, which I don't know how well you can see. So, but yeah, I just wanted to quickly go over the fact that I got stuff planted, show you what I got in. Really quick. I mean, this was just like super fast because it's going to rain and I don't want to get drenched. Anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at. Now, as I said, we have some sad news about our chickens. The other day I was out with my family, and I was gone most of the day. Our chicken's free range. I think you can see where this is probably going. We lost about a third of our flock, about 9 hens, and I found 4 different piles of feathers, but there's some that I have no idea what happened to them. They're just gone. And it's possible that they ran off and hid and then got eaten because they never came back, because that happened the time that our neighbor's dog attacked. They ran off and hid in the woods and didn't come back for hours. So, but yeah, it's kind of sad. But we have a whole bunch of peeps up in the coop, so it is what it is. I mean, we're in the debate stage of like, are we going to fence off the fence? Because we've been back and forth about whether or not we're actually going to put this fence up. We put all the posts in because we were going to put it up, and then we were like, well, nothing bad's happened to our chickens, so do we really need to? And now I'm like, yeah, we do. So I think we're probably going to end up putting the fence up. It sucks, but it is what it is, you know. You can't do anything about stuff when you're not home, and it happened when I wasn't here, so there's that. So I'm outside because Whiskey had to go, and now she's just, you know, sniffing as one does when they're a puppy. So I gave you guys the update about my chickens getting attacked by something while I was gone, and then we have further updates. So this, ignore this terribleness. I want to clean all this out. I want to plant hollyhocks right here. I really want to redo like the whole front area here. I have like a wisteria growing over like a cattle panel, and then right next to the pond I have like peonies and some rose bushes, which I think the rose bushes are dying, but you know, I'm kind of new to perennial plants. I'm new to this whole gardening thing to begin with. I've only really been gardening for a few years now, and I've only largely done vegetable gardening. Anyhow, what I was going to say about the chickens. Let's walk this way. Come on, Whiskey. By the way, let's take a pause. And look, we've got... Ooh, hold on. We've got some little strawberries growing. Don't touch those, Whiskey. I know you'll bite it and then I'll be mad. Anyway, so the chickens, as you can see, some of them are over here by the pond. As I told you, we lost about a third of our flock about a week ago. Actually, a week ago exactly today. And then 3 days after that, my husband discovered that what had gotten our flock was coyotes, because a coyote came back and got another one that day. So we know that's what it is, and we know they're going to come back because they do that. So we're going to put up the fence that we haven't put up for I don't know. It's been like a year and a half since we put the posts in or something like that. It's crazy. But yeah, so we're going to do that. And then, let's see. We also had, like, the day after that happened, we had a snake get in the coop and eat one of our chicks, because all of our chicks are up in the coop right now. And so that was really super unfortunate. So yeah, we're just kind of having a rough go of things with the chickens, but we're going to try to get everything sorted and get them protected. And obviously, I think the snake thing happened because we hadn't mowed, because my husband mowed. It rained for like 2 weeks almost every day, and then the grass was just sky high, and I think that's why the snake went up there. I mean, I know snakes go in chicken coops. It's a thing that happens. They usually eat the eggs, but it was trying to eat one of my chicks, and it wasn't going to be able to. Like, the chick was way too big for its mouth, but it was ambitious. So I lost one of my chicks, which sucks. But yeah, anyway, that's the update on the chickens. It sucks. It is what it is. We gotta prepare and adjust and protect our flock and our investment and our egg production, because I don't want to lose all of my egg production, and I don't want to lose any more chickens if I can help it. So